Right, what's up guys? So I'm here with Cal. We are both attending the month-long intensive retreat with Sifu out of Mizner here in Thailand. It's February 20th, 2023, somewhere around there. And we just wanted to take a moment and kind of discuss. Cal was asking me at lunch today, what would you tell people if they asked you, like, what'd you guys do for a month? What was that training like, you know? And so, hey man, what's up?
Hey, sorry.
It's all right. No, it's cool. We're just doing a little video here, talking about the training.
Training, very good.
Very good. Yeah, very good. Well, so far it's obviously incredibly intense, extraordinarily difficult. It taxes the body, the mind, the spirit. Pretty much everything is getting taxed, stressed, and transformed. You know, one of the mantras that is repeated in this system is that change is pain. Pain is good. So when you feel pain, you know it's the pain of transformation, so we don't shy away from it, but we actually move towards it. So I don't know, what's your impression so far, man?
Well, it's kind of hard for me to think right now. It's because it drains your body, and also because you have to be totally on the whole time. It's like 100% present and concentrating really hard with your mind too. So I find out around these times, it's hard for me to think and probably do videos.
In the in-between state, yeah. So we trained hard for 2 hours this morning, then we had a little break. We're gonna go back and do another 2 hours of intense, hard training this afternoon. And so yeah, I get it. Taking a little break mentally and things, because you can't do that in the training. Like, you can't let yourself do it, and the instructors certainly will not let you do it. So everyone is holding themselves and each other accountable to the highest degree. And yeah, there's no running away from the pain. There's no escaping. There's no going to your happy place or pretending that you're on a river floating down on lotus flowers, you know, going to see the great deities and things like that. No.
No imagination.
None. Just stay with the pain. Stay with the pain. Make it harder, not easier. So it's changing the approach to pain, the approach to stress. And you know, one of the main problems that people experience is that when they experience stress in their lives, it buckles them, right? They don't like it, they don't want it, they crumble, they resist, they fight back, they push back, or they run away. And we're training something entirely different. A new way of approaching stress, difficulty, pain, challenges. And you can't just think about it and be like, oh, next time stress comes, I'm gonna behave differently, because you're gonna behave the way that you were conditioned to behave, the way you've behaved in the past. To a large degree, we're repeating machines, you know? So we found that we could escape pain in the past by thinking of other things, or by, you know, imagining things, or by, you know, getting drunk, or by buying a bunch of shit.
Just, yeah, like you said, just escaping into your thoughts. You know, it's like if you want to avoid the pain, it's like just go into your head and start thinking about things. But then this practice is all about actually going into really the pure pain, pure suffering, without it being distilled, external things.
Yeah. I don't think a lot of people have experience with doing that, especially not at this level. And I know there's a lot of haters out there, and a lot of people who are, you know, very highly skeptical, which is totally fine. I understand skepticism is a healthy thing to have. It's healthy skepticism. But when you just discount everything straight out just because you haven't experienced it, I think that's kind of foolish. But people make their decisions and their judgments based on their experience in general. So in terms of that, how do you find the quality of the training?
Well, I mean, the quality of the training is definitely beyond anything I've experienced so far. Mostly I've done a lot of meditation work, a lot of retreats, and some of those have a little bit of physical, but it's mostly mental, not so much embodiment. And it's the depths, the profound depths of this practice. I mean, I don't know how to explain it. It's like you said, unless you've experienced something like that, you just have to experience it. That's all I have to say. And there's nothing that I could say to convince you, about it's being true or not. You definitely just gotta.
You have to experience it for yourself, but sometimes, hearing another person's experience will entice someone enough to be like, I'm going to look into this a little bit more. So just in terms of, as far as that goes, how is your experience of Sifu as a teacher?
There's definitely a certain quality to him that I don't think I've seen in a lot of teachers, definitely not in martial arts.
Could you define that quality in some kind of way?
Well, in one sense, he's very articulate. Like, he definitely doesn't waste any words. He says every word he has a certain weight to it and it's important. He also has like a certain presence. It's hard to describe. A certain. See, he's very human. It's like, it's not some kind of like woo-woo kind of thing. I think that's one other thing about like internal arts and spiritual stuff is people expect a lot of like woo-woo stuff, but he's like very down to earth. But there's like a intenseness in like the way he looks at you and the way that he speaks, and just the fact that he has no notes, but he's able to say like the perfect thing for that situation, and it resonates on a certain level because what he says seems to change depending on who's there, who he's speaking to. That spontaneity that he has. So.
Yeah, I think that's a testament to the depth of his own understanding that's been hard won through pain, through experience, through real work, and not just reading a bunch of sacred texts and maybe having some nice flowery beliefs about life and things like that. I agree. It's very down to earth and practical. It's very direct. There is very little room for misinterpretation, even though it's going to happen anyways, because we hear things, we interpret things, we perceive things according to our own selves, our beliefs, our preconceived notions, our perceptions and things like that. But in terms of clarity, conciseness, directness, and power, it's palpable. And the experience of just being in the presence of that level of, what's the word? It's alignment, it's cultivation, it's
Skill?
definitely skill. Integration into his being. It's quite profound, and we all, I'm going to speak for everybody at this point, but we all feel incredibly blessed and grateful to have such a teacher and to have such an experience in order to more deeply incorporate these principles and ways of being into our daily lives. Thanks for watching. Thank you, Sifu. Thank you to all the attendees, friends, and compadres who have been making this experience so enriching. And hope to see you guys in one of these gatherings sometime soon. Until then, my friends, be well.